Izzy, I'm so excited to have you here.
I'm so excited to be here.
This is like our actual first real meeting. We met the other day, but it was a little chaotic.
Yeah, briefly.
It was chaotic. Yeah. I was in the Tori show and I see Izzy and I like run up to her. I'm like, hi, can't wait to see you. And you were like, I just got a call. Or no, you had DM'd me afterwards being like, I'm so sorry.
But
I was so stressed.
I was like so blacked out. I don't even remember like everybody I saw. I was so stressed out. I was like, but
what happened?
So there was just this guy outside that had a mic and I thought he was a part of the Tori people. Mm-hmm. And he wasn't, and he just came up to me and asked me really uncomfortable questions, and I like froze, and I was just like, I don't know where this is gonna go. Yeah. And he wouldn't, like, it was harassing, like staying next to me, and I was trying to leave, and I literally was just like and then I said, can you not include this? And I was like, oh, now he's gonna use this.
That, yeah.
Oh, so whatever.
Was it?
I haven't seen it online yet. So
were they fashion questions?
No, it was like about Africa and stuff like that.
Oh my God, what?
Like, I was
like political questions?
Yes. Yeah. I was like, what? No, I can't do this. It's not the time.
I have like I think that the trend of people on TikTok walking up to people on the street and saying like, hey, what do you do? Has like almost created a really bad ripple effect of like a loss of personal space and boundaries.
Yeah.
The same thing happened to me when I was leaving the show. I walked out at the door. I looked down at my phone to like find my car. I looked up and there were bright lights in my face and a girl with a mini mic. And she didn't introduce herself. Yeah. She didn't say what she was filming for. She just, and you could tell she was a little like nervous to be there. And she was like, okay, so like, and dived right into like 4 or 5 questions about the show. And I so badly wanted to look at her and be like, hey, like I'm a journalist too. I have a show too. Like it would be nice to know your name.
Yeah.
Like what are we filming for? Yeah. Like I'm so happy to do this and support people who are on the street doing this. But
yeah,
it's like
an
just say hi.
Yeah,
say hey, I'm filming for this. Are you okay with being on camera?
Yeah.
But then it's like I have the same fear as you, which is like if I said that to her, would she put that on TikTok and be like, this girl's a bitch?
Because the camera's always rolling.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It's a weird thing.
Yeah, stressful.
And I see it on even when you're walking in Soho, people are like with the mini mics, like, hey, what do you do?
Yeah.
Like, hey, what are you wearing?
Yeah, and if you just walk away, then
they put that on TikTok and someone's like, you know, that person's a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, but I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah, I'm fine now. I like freaked out and then I was like, okay, everything's okay. And then I went to bed and the next morning I was okay.
I totally empathize and relate to the sentiment because I think when you have a job online, your brain goes to a lot of different places. You can be like, are they going to chop that up and put it somewhere? Mm-hmm. It's a very boundaryless industry, so I understand why you were that way. I would be the exact same way.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah. Well, it's over now.
It's over now.
Well, now it's also like, now you know. Yeah,
now
you're more
know.
Careful. You kind of like, you know.
Yes, and by the way, you're so nice and great. I'm sure you didn't say anything bad.
No,
sure you
I literally just didn't say anything.
I just like, yeah, exactly. That's always my spirals. I get home and I have to think to myself and be like, are you insane? Like, you didn't say anything crazy. Like, you just were surviving. Surviving the moment. I know. How has Fashion Week been?
It was really good. I had a lot of like firsts this Fashion Week, so that's always like super exciting. So it was great. Like I'm a bit tired.
What was your favorite show?
I always love Tori, but I was a bit like all over the place. Yeah. So, but that was great. And I loved like a brand that surprised me was Tibby. I didn't know Tibby so well. And then it was my first Tibby show. And I was like, oh my God, I want to wear everything from this collection. It was great. So I thought it was so wearable, well styled, like just like efficient, like simple, efficient, but also a bit of new. It was great. I loved it a lot.
Tibby has been like strongly going for a long time now, and I feel like they always have interesting clothes.
Yeah, well, now I'm a super fan. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I want everything.
Do you follow the creative director on Instagram? Her name is Amy Smilovic. I'm not 100% sure, but every time I'm anywhere talking with people in the fashion industry about who their favorite follows are, she's one of them.
Really?
Yeah, she breaks down fashion in a really interesting way. And her style advice is great. You should follow her.
Oh, definitely.
And it makes sense that you're like, okay, the brand is so great. Obviously, she knows what's up.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I know.
I'll do it.
You have to follow her.
Check.
Okay. I have to get a few lightning round questions out of the way. Okay. First of all, where do you live?
Oh, Montreal. But that will change soon because I got an apartment here in New York.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, why the move?
Well, Montreal is great because my friends, family, boyfriend, everybody's there. It feels like home. It's chill. But, like, I love a fast-paced environment. I love to work. And, like, there's not a lot of work in Montreal in the fashion industry as much as here anyway. So I'm just like, I need something more, and I need to be stimulated more in my everyday life. So I'm going to keep my place in Montreal, have a place here, come often, and I'm so excited. It's been a long time coming. Like, I'm very happy it's happening.
Okay, I said lightning round questions, but I have follow-up questions. No. I have follow-up questions to your questions. I need more. What is Montreal like from a fashion perspective?
I feel like Montreal is a very stylish city. I think a lot of people say people in Montreal have a like great style, but there's not many like work opportunities in fashion. Like I worked for Elle over there, which was like great, Essence, but then like a stylist, but then I don't know where you can go from there. So it's great. Like people are definitely great, but I just like, you know,
there's not much of like a long-term.
Yeah. Well, no, there is, but it's just like there's not many opportunities. So like they're taken, you know what I mean? Maybe that's that. Or
no, I feel like a question I often get asked is from people who like live all around the country is like, do you think I can have a career and not live in New York or LA?
I definitely think so. It's just different scales. Different scales, different beat, different. Yeah. I
think a lot of people don't realize where a lot of like their favorite creators live. Like Nara Smith this whole time has lived in Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's moving now to Connecticut, but like, yeah, she's lived there this whole time. Pookie and Jet live in Texas. Yeah. I think they live in Texas as well.
Yeah.
Somewhere, I don't know. Yeah.
I think you can do it anywhere, especially like with online now. You can do it from anywhere. So, yeah.
Okay. Back to my lightning round. What is your last name?
Oh, it's Allain. Like, not poopy.
Where did that come from?
Again, not lightning.
No. Follow-up questions to my follow-up. I have too many questions.
Perfect.
I'm bad at lightning rounds. We'll do one later, guys. I'll give you a better one later.
The question, where did poopy come from?
Yeah.
I wish I had a better story, but like when I first created my Instagram, I was in the car with my friend and she was like, oh my God, you need to download Instagram. We're 14 or 15. And she's like, you need to download Instagram. I'm like, what is that? No, I don't need that. Whatever. She's like, I'm creating you an account. And she used her mom's email address. And she was like, okay, what's your handle now? I'm like, I don't know. And we came up with that. But like my nickname in French is Izza. Like, cause I speak French. My first language is French. So my nickname is Izza. So no one ever called me Izzi. No one. And it just came about. And then at school, everybody started calling me that. Everybody. Like, Izzy Poopy. And then I was like, oh, I can't change it. And it's stayed. And I was like, oh, now that it's becoming my work, should I change it? I was like,
it's there.
Maybe not.
I mean, is your full name available?
I have it saved. Not full. Oh, that's great. But Izzi Allain. I have it saved on TikTok, Instagram. But, like, I don't see that happening yet, you know?
Maybe. You know what's, like, funny about it is it kind of, I feel like it works for your energy.
That's what people say.
Yeah, like it's what like drew me to you in the beginning. I was like, who is this? And then like I fell in love with your style and your personality, and I'm like, okay, this is fun.
It's like,
and it's authentic, and it like, then you just become another girl with your full name on Instagram.
See,
my name's not like I don't have 2 V's in my name, but I had the same thing as you, where I was like,
but also they're all taken.
That's the thing.
Like, what can we do?
I asked the girl who had Liv with 1 V, and she asked me for like 10 grand. I was like,
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, people do that. It's like an industry selling your
name.
But me, I want like Izzy.
Just Izzy.
But the person has like paintings of birds on their account, and they're like, don't ask me to get the handle.
Oh, they're not down with it.
No.
Okay.
I respect that. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
You got it first.
It's not a make or break. We're already here.
Yeah.
You know, like if live with 2 V's versus live with one V, like the only thing is I would love for people to stop sending me mail with live with 2 V's.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm like, guys, I'm not live, but I know. Are you from Montreal?
Yes.
Born and raised?
Yes.
Okay.
But my parents are from New Brunswick, Canada. I don't know if you're familiar with Canada.
No. Give us the map.
Well, it's like on the far, like this is East Coast New York. Okay, East Coast of Canada.
Okay.
It's like by the water.
Beautiful.
Like beach stuff. It's great.
I need to explore more of Canada.
Come in the summer. It's great.
Anywhere in the summer is great.
Yeah, I know.
I want to get into your personal style a little bit because it is so fun watching you get dressed on Instagram. Really? I love your style.
Thank you.
It's just, I don't think, maybe it's like my fatigue of quiet luxury era where like things felt very calm and like calm, cool, collected aesthetically that I love. And by the way, no shade to that because I dress that way a lot, but I love seeing you incorporate like color and shapes and textures. What's your ethos when you're getting dressed every day?
I like don't know how to answer that question because I don't know. I just like I think maybe I look at the weather. I'm like, okay, do I need to be warm or not? And then I need to be comfortable. So I like don't know, and then I come up with an outfit.
Is it based on a feeling?
Maybe.
Are you basing it around like one? Are you like in your closet and you're like, here's one piece that I want to wear today, and everything else is coming?
Okay. Yes.
It's okay. This is a discovery podcast. It's okay. We can workshop. We can workshop this.
No, but I think yes. When I don't know how to get dressed, I'm like, oh my god, I don't know. If I don't have like a new piece I'm excited to wear or whatever, I'm like, okay, today I can wear this, and then I start from there. Like one, like let's say a top or a bag or shoes or something. I start from there, and then I build the outfit.
I feel like you have such a strength in like mixing and matching shapes.
Really? Thank you.
Discovery podcast.
Thank you.
Discovery podcast. Is there a tip that you have for people in like mixing and matching those silhouettes? Like even yesterday, I saw you in like a t-shirt with a layered tank over it with like longer shorts.
Oh.
Like talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah.
And by the way, I also get it if you're like, this is just how it's just in my brain, but like try to make sense of it.
Well, that, like I can't take credit for it because it was styled like that on the Essence website.
Okay.
So that, take inspo from like websites or like, I don't really like to look at what other people are doing because I like to like come with what I want, you know? So I think like maybe just trying stuff at home, like look in the mirror, see if it looks good, but also like if it looks good to you, then that's good enough, you know? Like if you like it and you feel good in it, that's what's up, you know?
But I also do like the idea of like if you are someone who's a novice in fashion and like is starting to expand your personal style and learn something new, like do you remember that, or do you ever shop on Source Sundown?
Yes.
I really love their styling, and it's always really different, and again, like really fresh, cool ideas. And I've always recommended people go on there and even just like follow them on Instagram because even if it's something like, I'm not saying go like copy paste exactly what they're doing, but like a layered tee, or I feel like they were like at the beginning of like the like the see-through skirt moment. Yeah. Like they were doing really good styling. So I do think it's a good point to like find inspiration from other places. Yeah.
But also like sometimes I will get a piece. I'm like, oh, how did they style it? And then it kind of like starts the thought process and you're like, okay, this is what they did. How can I like tweak it for me? And you know?
Yeah, it's a good seed. It's like, okay, I'll take it from this, but then how do I put my own earring on, my own like jewelry, a belt, whatever it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. I love the way that you pair clothes together.
Thank you.
It's super artistic.
Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah. How did you get into fashion to begin with? What were you doing before?
So I always wanted to work in fashion. I was like, my dream is to be front row at fashion shows. I don't know how I'll get there, especially like.
I mean, girl, you're there now.
I
literally
know.
were at every show this week.
It's really crazy. Yeah. But it was like always my dream. I was like, I don't know how to get there. I was like, maybe as a buyer, maybe. I was like, no, I think the way to do it is at a magazine. So I was like, let me apply to Elle Canada. And then I was an intern there. It was great. Like my boss there was amazing, and she really like taught me how to become a good boss to like who I work with now. And she was just like a great mentor. So I really like, Cynthia, I love you so much. And then that was great. So I worked there, and then I was like, it's great writing and like finding pictures and everything, but like I want to be on shoots. I want to do styling, like production, creative direction. So from there, I got to assist a producer and work with like also with the creative director and like learn from them. And it was great. And I was like, oh, this is cool, but do I want to be a stylist? Like, I don't know, production's really hard. Maybe I want to be a stylist, but styling's also so hard because you have to like answer to someone has a mood for you, and you have to get like, I don't know how to explain it, but you know, I wanted to explore my own vision essentially, and I was like, I can't do that if I need to like style for a brand or like, you know.
Yeah, it's like you want to lead the charge on the creative direction. Styling is very much like meeting someone where they're at.
Yeah, so I was like, I love a little bit of creative direction, I love a bit of production, I love styling, I love writing, but like I don't want to do any of this only. I want to do something that can do like where I can do everything, where that's where content creation was like the best option for me. So.
And did you do that while you were at L, or did you like stop L and then start?
Yeah, I started in the, like when I was doing that. So because at first I wanted to be hired at L. I wanted them to like want me. So I was like, let me build a portfolio. So that's where I did a little bit of Instagram. I was like, let me show my styling, my photos on there, so they can see I'm a fashion girl. And then that worked. And then I just kept going, even when I worked there. And I was so on it when I started. I was like, I'm posting every single day of the week. And it was winter with snow up to here. I was like, I don't care. I'm doing it. And it was like, it will work. But it was like a lot of hard work in the beginning.
The consistency is everything, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I hate there are some days where it just doesn't hit and it doesn't work.
You don't do it.
It's just, you have to keep going with it. Yeah. I felt that way with TikTok because I haven't done TikTok historically. And now I kind of got bit by the bug where I'm like obsessed with it now. And I'm like, if I need to be posting every day so I stay consistent with this. And like, I know I'll see growth if I keep doing it.
Yeah. It's true. Like if you keep going, of course something's going to come of it.
Yeah.
I think
so too. You gotta put a little faith in it.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite designer that you are eyeing right now and love?
Yes. It will always be Jonathan Anderson, I feel like.
I love Loewe too, and I feel like it's very true to your style.
Yeah.
I actually think I found you for the first time because of the color changing dress.
Yeah.
That was like, what, a year ago, 2 years ago? Or longer than that. I remember the first time a friend of mine had shown me your Instagram. She was like, look at how cool this girl is. Like, the hair is everything.
Oh, thank you.
Talk to me a little bit about that intersection for you, because I can tell that you really like express yourself and base like your style around your hair.
I think like, well, just this week I was thinking, ooh, is the bangs over? Like, should I?
I know, I saw you at the show the other day and your bangs were gone.
Yeah, did you recognize me?
I was like, whoa. Like, it was, your hair at Tori was to the side, right?
Yeah.
How did it feel? How did it feel?
Felt good. I just love little change. I feel like it's nice. I get bored really easily, but I'm glad I have something that's easier to play with than when I had that mullet situation. That was like layers. It was difficult to style every day. But I like long hair right now. I like low maintenance. I think that's also my style right now. Like I'm like chiller. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe not every day, but
chiller, she says it. She's like in like the coolest outfits ever. I mean, the color changing dress I'll never forget.
I think that was I think that's really what got me into like the crazier fashion, like the crazy pieces, and that happened by accident. I did not realize my dress was changing color. Well, actually it started with a skirt. They sent me a skirt and I had an assistant and she steamed it. And she was like, whatever. So she really looked at it. And then we're outside walking to the presentation. It was a PH5 presentation at PH5
And the dress was PH5. Yeah.
And then she goes, oh my God, what the fuck? I thought your skirt was white. Now it's pink. And then I lift and she was filming, like super candid, like not planned. She films and I'm like, oh my God, wait, what if I lift my shirt? I lift my shirt. The rest of the skirt is white. And the second it hits the sun, it becomes pink. And it was like, whoa. Then I got so excited and it went so viral. So people were so interested. Obviously, it was so crazy to see. And then I got the dress and then I was kind of looking more into these pieces because I was so excited about them. And I think people were excited with me. So it was fun.
No, it was crazy. I remember seeing it and watching it like 100 times.
Yeah, it was
like, that is insane.
Crazy. And it was so funny because we were outside our hotel and the dorm room's like, did your dress just change color?
Oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah, actually it did. What the fuck?
The doorman of New York, they see everything. Yeah, they know everything. My old doorman here when I was living here would see me like in like 8 outfits a day.
Perfect.
And he'd be like,
he's getting a little show.
Yeah, he gets his own fashion show.
Yeah.
It's so interesting to hear you talk about this dress moment and then also, you know, knowing that Loewe is your favorite brand in the world. What are your thoughts on, I don't want to call it clickbaity fashion because I feel like that's not fair, but even like the tomato moment, like that was such a moment that was fleeting, but everybody loved it for Loewe. Was it the tomato bag? Yeah, my brain just like stalled. Tomato bag, color changing dress. Like, what do you think about it?
I mean, I love it because I do it, so I love it, and I think it's funny. I think it's always like a conversational piece moment, and like I think I really like have Loewe to thank because I think they do fashion so like in a very unique way, especially with their social media. It's always very funny. And like when I started doing social media, I was like, I don't know, like I feel like I want to show my personality, but then I don't know if there's a place for that because it was very aesthetic, and then TikTok was coming up, but like not so much in fashion. So I was like, I don't know if I can do luxury fashion and like be funny and show my personality and be not so serious. But then Loewe like does it so well, and I was like, wow, if they're doing it, I can do it. So it was like a great inspiration for me. I was like, wow, I feel like they're making me feel comfortable like trying like to do it, you know?
That is such an interesting point that you brought up about how luxury is changing.
Yeah.
I feel like 5 years ago, as a creator, you know, any agent or manager or like someone giving you advice would be like, oh, luxury, like you have to be posting like a bit more like more clean aesthetic, like more monotone. And now I do think Loewe has really changed the game for anybody who wants to get into the luxury space. But also like the luxury space itself. If you go on Loewe's TikTok, it is hilarious. So funny. It is like so out there, avant-garde, and very on brand for their clothing. And there's no other luxury brand doing it like that.
And you can see some brands starting to try.
But what other luxury brand is on TikTok actually doing it, like following trends?
I think Jacquemus is doing it.
Is Jacquemus luxury? Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I would say so. I would say so.
Okay, fine.
I think
we're putting them in the same category, though, as like Gucci.
Yeah, Gucci's. I don't think they're doing it on TikTok.
They're not. I checked the other day.
Yeah, I know.
No Gucci. I feel like
I think it has to align with your brand. I don't think I would see Gucci being like
doing like what Loewe is doing.
Yeah, I think it's just different.
I think Loewe does it so well. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Like I am shocked when I get served a Loewe TikTok and it's like,
it's hilarious.
Like, what was that TikTok trend of people like falling to the ground and rolling?
Yeah,
and
I did that.
Yeah, you did that.
Yeah, I did that with them. And I was with the Lucas, the content guy at Loewe, and he was like, we filmed the video and we were dying laughing, and he was like, oh my God, I need to beg my boss to post this. Like, please let me post this.
No, it's funny, and I think again it's opening up the world for other creators to be able to have access to like the luxury market.
Yeah.
And I love it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, when I first started, I'm 30, and when I first started, it was Instagram and Instagram only, and everything was so aesthetic. No videos, just photos.
Like aesthetic feed.
Yeah,
aesthetic
your feed was
everything.
everything. And so now 10 years later, sometimes I have to take a step back and be like, wow, this has changed so much. Like we went from a world where like talking on camera was not the thing, and now it's like if you're not doing that,
you're missing the wave.
You're missing the wave. It's totally different.
I find like aesthetic content is still so like necessary, of course, and then the personality content is also like it attracts different things. I think if you're trying to build an audience, like you're gonna build it with talking and your personality, because you know if it's just a pretty photo, there's a bunch, but then if you mix it with personality, I think people can find like different inspirations from you, and I think it's like very together.
I totally agree. I think a big reason why you've grown
is
people have gotten to know your personality and like felt that attachment to you as a person.
Yeah, I think that's
I think one thing that is great is like I can look at something and be like, that's so Izzi.
Really?
Yeah, girl.
I was talking to a friend yesterday. Yeah. I was talking to a friend yesterday, and she was like, I feel like you need to have your own, like as a creator, you need to have your own identity and have something that like, let's say someone wants to dress as you for Halloween. What are they going to wear? And you should know. Like, so that shows your identity. And I'm like, oh, I don't know what someone would wear. I was like, maybe latex and bangs. Like,
no, I think I could tell you if I was a person right now dressing up as you, I'd do the hair.
Okay.
I'd do like probably a great earring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, latex, sure. Something like cool and different that would either like change color or something like that.
But I think that's so interesting.
I think it's crucial. Yeah. I really do. I think
I never thought about that.
I think of other people, like I could easily dress as Morgan Stewart for Halloween.
Okay, yeah.
People who have created very specific brands for themselves, where I'm like, oh, that's so Izzi. Oh, that's so Morgan. I think that's really important.
Yeah.
It's the only way that you can create longevity in your brand.
Yeah.
Is for someone to be able to like identify something that's uniquely you. And you've done a good job of it.
Thank you.
Of course. I think the other thing that I love on your content is unboxing.
Yeah.
Why do you think people are so obsessed with unboxing videos?
I think they're naturally like engaging because they're like, ooh, surprise, like what is this? You know? I find I'm also like very excited when I do them, and it's true. Like I never open something before opening it up on video. Like
Never.
No. Like if I've done it, it's like once or twice, and it's like not because I wanted to. It was like I had to.
You had to.
I don't know. But I always keep my like genuine, real reaction for the video. So I think people are excited about my reaction, but also it's naturally like so interesting to see like, oh, what's she unboxing? No, you don't think so?
No, I think so. I think it's like the most like aspirational thing ever.
Yeah,
like,
you're just like,
I'm like, what's in the back?
Yeah.
Is it for
like
me?
anytime I see someone unboxing, I'm like, oh, I'm hooked.
Yeah,
just
of
like,
course.
okay, I'll watch it. Yeah.
Especially for luxury brands.
Yeah.
So like you have these two moments that like marry perfectly together.
Yeah.
What type of content do you like to create?
I'm like
what's your favorite? Like, what are you most excited?
Well, it used to be unboxing, but now I'm like getting a bit like, ooh, I don't know. I feel like I've done it so much now that I might want to think of something new. And I'm like, I don't know what it is yet. I'm in that period of like trying to find a new concept or ideas but it's hard. I feel like I've been thinking about that for like 6 months. Like,
Content fatigue is a real thing.
Yeah. And like if I'm not excited doing it, I feel like my audience won't be excited as much. So I'm just like, I need to find something fun, but I don't know what that is yet.
I appreciate you saying that because I think that's something that aspiring creators need to think about as well, where it's like you can't just stay in the same cycle of the same thing over and over again. You have to constantly be evolving, constantly think of new ideas and keep it fresh and new and different. Because I do think I've like had the experience of being online and like seeing a creator that I love do something different, and I'm like rehooked all over again.
Yeah, and it's like a new perspective. It's exciting, but yeah,
maybe it's a hair color change.
Maybe it's bleaching my brows. I've been thinking about that.
Oh,
did you bleach your brows?
No, my brows are my
babies.
Yeah, okay. Absolutely not. But I do think, again, back to like hair being able to change your entire personality.
Yeah, it's just
like you can become a different person with dark hair.
Yeah,
maybe it's like a more edgy moment for you.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know,
but yeah, I think it also, like as a creator, when you post so much every single day, it's important to have like a recipe that you can go back to, like maybe once a week you do like a series, because otherwise it's so difficult to find ideas constantly. It's so hard. I
do really appreciate what you're saying though. A lot of between this and like the Halloween analogy, like having something that's true to you that your audience can like expect and know from you. And I think that's so important to have that consistency. Yeah. And to like have that thing that people come back to you for.
Yeah. But it's also important again to like question yourself and be like when to change it, or you know, like
you don't want to get stuck.
Yeah. But it's cool, the edit. That's really cool.
Yeah. So I see you on TikTok, I see you on Instagram, I see you on YouTube. What platform do you think has been the most helpful for you in growing your audience?
TikTok. And that's my biggest audience. I think it happened really quick. I think you can grow, faster on TikTok maybe. But also Reels is great for growth and like for building an audience, and like you can show more on Instagram. I think I prefer Instagram because you can do the videos, the photos, and the stories, which is like the day-to-day. So I think it's my favorite, but TikTok has been my main one since the beginning.
I agree. I think Instagram you can tell more of like a full picture. Yeah. But TikTok I love because there are people that engage with me on there that like I've never seen on my Instagram. The discoverability is crazy.
Yeah, and it's like different audiences. Some will come to your Instagram, but like also creators. There's some creators that I only follow on TikTok, and then I'm like, oh, they have Instagram too. Let me go find them on Instagram, you know?
Yep.
So it's different people for different things.
The audience is very different.
It's people that don't know you and just go crazy.
Is there a tip that you recommend for maybe people on here who want to be creators that's been most helpful for you in like getting that new audience and building your platforms?
I think like seriously just like being true to yourself. Like everybody says that, but like seriously, there's only one of you and only one person with your point of view. So I think using that and finding what makes you different. I think for me, what I tried to do, I tried to show my personality, how excited I am about fashion. I think that's what differentiates me a little bit. Yeah. So I think like finding that for you will work.
100%. I do think the authenticity thing is a big thing.
Yeah, and like everybody, you know, the only way you can be unique is by being yourself. So I think you just like don't look too much what other people are doing. Try stuff on your own and see what works by yourself, and like, yeah.
Okay, now we can lightning round.
Okay. Yeah.
What's your absolute favorite thing in your closet?
Shoes, just all my shoes.
Do you have a specific pair?
No.
No way. You love them all? But I'm sure you have like 40 pairs of shoes. You love them all equally, like children.
Yeah.
I respect that.
But no, I cannot choose.
Okay, that's fine. I respect it.
Thank you.
What's your favorite restaurant in New York when you're here?
Ooh. Oh shit, I don't know.
Where, if you and I could go to dinner tonight, where would we go?
Haven't been to casino this week, so.
I don't think I've been to casino at all.
Really?
What's casino?
It's really cute.
Okay, gotta check it out.
Yeah, we'll go.
If you could buy anything right now in fashion, what would you buy?
I saw a great pair of Loewe shoes. They were the ones from the runway, and they look like a belt. They're so bizarre in a great way. I'll send you a photo.
Izzi approved.
Yeah.
Izzi approved.
Yeah.
What city are you most excited to visit in Fashion Month?
Paris.
What show are you most excited to see?
Loewe. Oh my god. I'm
This
like
is an
begging.
this is an ad for Loewe.
No, my favorite show last season was, I love Loewe, but I also loved Miu Miu, and a show that was so exciting was Mugler.
Very exciting.
It was crazy. I hope I get it again.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Hope to see it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
So much fun. We always close with one question. If you could change anything about fashion and the industry right now, what would it be?
I think for it to be more inclusive, even like in an ideal world, like everything would be free and everybody could dress however they want, you know, because like it's expensive.
Just everybody in Prada.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
And runway, boom.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Very stylish society you're thinking of.
That's my utopia.
Yeah.
Everybody dressed in designer and everybody is happy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you again for coming on. It was so fun.
Thank you so much.
I'm so happy we got to do this.
Me too.
I know. I feel like I've been like eyeing, like seeing you on Instagram, and I always like people who I love on Instagram. I'm like, come on the podcast. We really get to know each other.
I'm so excited we did this.
Thank you again.
Thank you.